Howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It is Monday as I am recording this. Yay! And, of course, my shirt is absolutely driving me crazy because I can't get my under and over shirt combination to hang symmetrically. And so, it's just my obsessive tendencies are just driving me nuts. I spent 5 minutes playing with it, trying to get them to hang together symmetrically on my frame. I'm still, we're in survival mode, and I am still, 9,000 steps ahead of where I was before all this started, even though I have lost ground. We all have. We're in survival mode. Hunker down. You have to survive the storm, and then you can go and repair your house. You can't repair your house in the middle of the storm. It's just going to keep getting torn apart around you. You have to do maintenance on the inside, of course. Otherwise, it's all gonna be done and there'll be nothing left. But you can't go outside and fix everything. You gotta wait, and it's just driving me nuts. It is painful. On that note, though, I do have to make a call to the Veterans Administration. Well, there's a community thing where they send it off into the community, and I have to call those people. But hopefully I'll be able to start getting a med manager and then get at least the ADHD med started. So I got to give them a call today, and it's going to be more phone tag, so yay. But still, it'll be good. So, thumbs up on that. And weather report for Shelton, Washington, United States of America, west coast of the continental 48 states of the United States, northern American continent, northern and western hemispheres of the planet. Though, how can you say western hemisphere on a planet? You go, oh, north and east, but you leave the surface of the planet, there is no north and east. It's just a globe. You can have lines and latitude and longitude, but the four cardinal directions mean nothing on a 3D sphere hanging in space. Why the rant? No clue. But for the weather report, last night it was cold. I had my summer jacket zipped up and my sleeves all rolled down. And it was chill, and I went for a walk, and it was good. It didn't stay as cold as I would like, because my body pumps out the BTUs once I start moving. Usually I have to unzip my coat before I get too far because I overheat. It's getting chilly enough, I haven't had to yet, but it was sunny. I tried to say starry, but my mouth decided to say sunny instead. It was starry and chill and windy, and it was nice. I enjoyed it. Very, very cool. It's quiet outside right now, and it's not raining, so thumbs up. Don't know what kind of day it'll be, but hopefully one where the entire population of the planet, from the simplest to the most complex cell organisms, aren't just wiped out by some, say, gamma burst from out in the middle of nowhere. Which is actually a huge threat. In fact, there was one person who is a very good science fiction writer. I actually follow him on Facebook, David Brin, but one of the stories and novels they had written was how there are a thread of alien intelligences trying to stop the extinction events that happen in our galaxy, because every time two neutron stars collapse, and they don't collapse, they're double stars, they smack into each other periodically, and that gives a huge gamma ray burst that if there is any life within 50 or 200 light years of it, it's all gone, because that is a sterilizing burst of gamma radiation. And these things are everywhere. And the only real way to make sure that there can be life in, uninterrupted life is to make a net and stop these things. And so it was a story about that. Very hard science fiction, very far in the future. But it was good. Another wild rant. Thumbs up on that. I don't have a ton to talk about. I've still been experiencing a lot of, just mental static, and I've been playing games when I can. I still try to do that to keep my mind engaged in something instead of just sitting and staring. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to work my brain. I've been thinking about various things and how other sorts of concepts and stories that I want to write work into the cosmic horror framework. So, just remember cosmic horror as much as I've said. If something is cosmic horror, the real simple framework to tell. Cosmic horror is just, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll keep doing. It is just an object, a person or being. Let me start again, hopefully intelligibly. A being, object, location, or situation that with our brains we cannot comprehend, simply existing or doing something in a fashion that is unknowable to us with little or no regard for human life or safety. That's how you can boil it down. If it fulfills those things, then it's cosmic horror. Even ghost stories are essentially cosmic horror on a tiny, tiny, tiny scale. So I've been trying to work on stuff like that. Cosmic horror doesn't have to be big. Just because there is disregard for human life and safety does not necessarily mean anybody has to be taken apart or stopped in some fashion. Even, like I say, ghost stories where someone comes out on top or just survives is a cosmic horror story. So thumbs up on that. Why the rant? Not really a rant. I'm just talking about a bunch of stuff because I have some stuff written down on my list down here. One of them is I wanted to talk about what they call boomer shooters, which a lot of people are. There's the people that grew up playing boomer shooters like me and people that are 25 and stuff. These are the games like Doom and Duke Nukem and all these earlier type first-person shooters. And for all that I've been able to see, they're called boomer shooters because old people play them. And the big thing about those, though, is the boomer shooters are different from modern day shooters in that it's all skill-based and not character skill-based, you skill-based. So many of the shooters today, modern shooters with quality of life stuff, have a lot of RPG progression things just built into them now, baked into it. When you're playing, your character progresses. You got to put points into various parts of your character. Your weapons progress. You're doing things with your weapon and it gets tougher because you're able to use it better. You have skills, talents, and all these things. So your character gets better, like Dark Souls and all that. You're putting points into things. Yeah, you got to get good, but your character is also getting good, not just you. The boomer shooters, there's none of that. None of that at all. It's the weapons do not change. If you get a weapon in the beginning, when at the end of the game, it's still the same weapon, does the same amount of damage. There are no skills, no talents, nothing. It is the bad guy, you and your mouse. And if you can't do it, then you can't do it. You can't just keep banging into the wall until you've put enough points into something that suddenly you're better at it. No, if you can't get good, you can't play. And there's a resurgence on the indie market of boomer shooters like that. Dusk and a medieval Wrath, Ruin of Aeon, or Ruin, Wrath of Aeon, I can't remember how that title is. All these older not older, but older type, and Hrot, the latest one. They're all those boomer shooter where it's just skill-based. If you can't do it, then you can't do it. You need to get good. Not your character, not your weapon, not your skill. Your hand-eye coordination and your ability to puzzle solve on the fly as you see things swarming around you. So I think it's great they're coming back. I mean, they're not really big, they're just minor, but that's cool too, because even games that you wouldn't expect, like the Postal series. Postal 1 was a top-down isometric shooter where you were just shooting things like in Diablo. You know, larger arenas that you would just move around in, and then the view would move with you, but it was just there. And then Postal 2, which is great, is a first-person shooter, but shooting isn't really a big part of it. The weapons, I mean, it is, because you've got all sorts of weapons, but there is no effort to make them even halfway realistic. Guns don't act like real guns. You don't shoot like people really shoot. The damage isn't done. It's a fun game. It's awesome, but there is no effort to make it to be even realistic like that. And even that. There's another Postal game coming out. They've got 2 more in the works, but one of them is a boomer shooter. So that's gonna be weird. I mean, like I say, there's a lot of damage, a lot of shooting in the Postal games, but it's not even semi-presented as something real. So, thumbs up for that. This is really, really quick. I've been debating whether or not to talk about this one, but I'm just going to make it really, really quick and then go on to the next section. I was watching, because I watch a couple of these channels that are just Reddit reading things, and one of them is just a guy who just reads these things and laughs as he does them. He sounds younger, and he's got a goofy voice as he's talking, and it's fun. But I've had thoughts, and then it's sort of, I said, you know, it's got to be. Because there was a meme where it was like a 3-point thing, and it's supposed to be, hey, this is good, wait a minute, this is not good. Because it's from a guy's point of view, where it's like, she comes over and takes you to the bedroom. Ooh, she gets on top. Ooh, you cross sabers. And so the person reading that, and I went, okay, good, as it went, oh, wow, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty pog. And then went on to the next one. I was like, thumbs up. So, on to the next subject, which is back to Fungus, because Fungus is amazing, and I have learned some more about Fungus, and I just wanted to spread some of that knowledge, because as much as I don't like a lot of the terms that we use for things because I think they sound silly, you know, they didn't know back then that we would use terms in the way that we do. There are various types of fungus that are awful. There's the rusts. Like rusts have killed, in the 50s they killed the one banana that was before ours, the Gros Michel. It was apparently a very good tasting banana, much better than the banana we have now, the Cavendish. But it was wiped out by a rust, which is a form of fungus. And now, so we're fighting to keep the Cavendish alive because the rust that killed the Gros Michel is still out there and has been eating up the Cavendish. And we've been fighting to save that kind of plant, which all the genetic stuff, I think we're on our way. But with rusts and smuts, and a smut is like, it happens a lot like corn is where I've seen the most. The fungus infects like the corn kernel, and then the corn kernel grows into this gigantic, hideous, bloated thing. And that's a smut, and it's hideous. And at the same time, like down in Mexico, there is a certain type of smut that you just pick it and you eat it, because as human beings, we like doing stuff like that. And it's an edible and apparently quite tasty corn smut. So thumbs up on that. But rusts are, well, I can't even remember the difference. Well, yeah, the rust is, it looks like little rust patches on leaves and stuff, and that's fungus, and the smuts is the one where it grows weird, and then of course there's just regular fungus. I gotta talk more about this on another day. Professor Dave Explains has not had another good Fungus episode, so I'm jonesing for Fungus info. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. And even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, mourning, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember what day of the week it is. Oy vey. We have Donkey94. If I misspeak it, then I'm going to say it until I say it right. But thank you very, very much. Calum O. Drifter, greatly appreciated. Mr. Boyd Guyton, thumbs up. Melissa R., good to see you in the comments. Oryx the Mad God, I like the name. Russian Timing, thumbs up, and good to see you in the comments, my friend. Fudge Boy 21. It's made in Canada. Oh boy. Thumbs up and thank you. Young Prince, greatly appreciated. And wow, that wasn't English. Thank you for the information. Greatly appreciated. That's what I meant to say. Avu U, thumbs up. And 2002, thumbs up. We have Andreas. I still don't know how to pronounce your last name. Oikonomou, thumbs up and thank you. We have Clutchley, greatly appreciated. Gang 409, thumbs up. Anime Fan, good to see you. Little Rosie ASMR, thumbs up and good to see you in the comments as well. We have Nick Mick, thumbs up and thank you. The Whiskey, greatly appreciated. Doctor, thumbs up and thank you. Coco Loco, thumbs up. David Kita, greatly appreciated. Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and good to see you. We have Ricky Bettini, thank you very, very much. There is Butter My Croissant, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Fuckwad. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Definitely a good thing. Thumbs up and thank you all. Even up to and especially Fuckwad. That's a heck of a name there. Little son of a gun. I have forgotten the way that I normally segue. So, if you could check out my various things down below, that would be very, very cool. How do I do it? Oh yes, I normally point, that's why I got confused. If you could check out my various links down below, that would be very cool. I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well, with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. And thank you, Potato Tron. Hopefully it'll show up this Wednesday. Potato Tron has told me in comments that there is more hamster bedding being sent. So thank you very, very much. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I did that all wrong, because I would normally say, do not feel obligated. Yes, I do not feel entitled, and if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I am showing how much of a rail I have to be on, or I just get lost. I take all good wishes, and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. I thank you very, very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. The word just died in mid-speaking there. How about that? And of course, if you could hit the notification bell, the subscription button, very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, the lobster hat-wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready, to cast that scorn upon those it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat-wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And as soon as I get the parts together, its friend, the horse head, is going to join it on camera. So thumbs up on that, no fear. Yes, indeed. So, if you have to go out, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, practice your social distancing. If you don't have to go out, please don't go out. Please take it seriously. If you are, thank you. If you aren't, please do. So, you take care, Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Do your best to stay as creative as you can. Practice what self-care you can. And I'll see you.